This is a video by Coral Pinnacle. Coral Warp. It's just another day in the neighborhood. Oh. Today's rather dark. This scanner has been with me since 2017 October. I bought this in 2018 February 25th. Why don't I put my name on it? Number one, I don't share the home with anybody, the home office. Number two, it is accumulated assets. All right, and then later on I scratched my name when people were grouping up on me. I can put instructions on these. All right, there's a serial number and it goes with the server. I had changed it once, possibly. All right, so since 2018 February 25th, it comes with a CD. No instructions, not much. All right, and it is 50 pages a time. You can make another enclosure by taking this out, take it out, or break this part, or have a different, or have it like this and tilt it like this, and it'll be much more volume paper. It handles 3,000 pages one day, so I bought two, this one and that one. And I scan all my banking softwares, banking statements and all that. So today, what is really expensive here? It is the motors people want the most. And don't touch anything, okay? If you might cut a wire, cut the black one last. There is the Wi-Fi right here, this chip. The gears are for CAD. If you spin this side doesn't spin, don't spin it. And then both sides with this finger and this finger, same direction, up or down. What else is worthwhile here is there's a light, there's a memory, and a reading chip. This is a Makita. Bought this in Hong Kong, registered online in the US. This is a belt clip, you hang it upside down. Battery recharged. The strength of the drills is either fast or dynamic. So I usually use dynamic, and it is dynamic at 14.5. Dynamic means more strength, not the speed. And people usually put on drill and you're all not good. And there's one more. and it's a dynamic, not drilling. What is the difference? Dynamic is lower gear. So for example, faster gear are the small ones. Dynamic gear is the big one. Powering from this, if I turn this one in the drill, in the tool, if I turn this one, is a tighter, okay? If I do this one, if I turn this one, is a faster, okay? So let's turn this. I don't always take out the machines, and only after the warranty. I respect the sales volume worldwide. You're not trying to copy the machine model, okay? And there's a lot of parts underneath. Let's take this one out first. This is okay, I see it. I see the lever on the bottom and the top. Okay, I need a special tool for this one. If not, I might scratch my fingers. There's one right here. Hold it. And the components here, this one is a circuit board. So I did one for the helicopter design. Read the labels. This one is a motor. So without electricity, okay? No electricity. No electricity. How much power can this machine have that might shock you? Is all that is in here. All that is in here combined. This one is computer cord wireless LAN USB module. You can't decide what this is, but it's a USB connection. It's probably a USB reading chip, so this one matches this one right here. So this one goes here, not this output. But there's another plug. So this one is only a USB reading module. Use the sticker over here. Circuit board is reading probably saying whatever scans on this, you know, there's copyrights and things involved. So if any technician opening this asks for the memory of what is being scanned, we'll go through that decision. This one is where the scanning is. It is by parts and parts. Okay. Zzz. So this part is another scanning part. This is the electricity. And let's look at the main board, if there's might be a memory device or only a static IP. There is the lock for these. Magnet? Nope. Or just the tip doesn't have it. Alright. So with these, there goes the cover, okay? This is easy to fix. Can you open the machine perfectly without bending? It's probably 10 times the time, and you have to practice first and then perform. Memory. Only static IP so far. All these are these are mini batteries. Usually these are transformers or for plugs. This one is for, these two make sounds or noise. This one was already taken out, so one piece is missing. These two is .5 volt. These two is extra battery and somewhat a small transformer. If any time you plug this board in, the entire board, you might get a read if you have the exact apps and software. So this whole board is a memory if you can plug it in. And let's see, this one looks like a plug. This one will probably make noise. This is a processing chip telling you how much it can handle per day or per week. And I'm so sure I gone over. These are the companies. You can find the contact and you might be able to make a newer model. This is the read. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is quantum technology is by layer. How many sector on the paper? 8 by 11, 8 inch by 11 inch. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exactly 8 inches. And sector 11. You only have 8 wires for one page. Okay? This is another information line. How many wires is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 20. So this is 20. So this is the line. Alright, so this is this and this even and multiply is the read for one page. So is this one, and so is this one. Okay, and then it will stack one read, 2 read, 3 read possible. Okay, 4 read. Okay, stack, and this is what you read on a page of scanning. Isn't that great? I assume this is the color wire. This one is back page. Okay. This one is another back page, because the bottom of the machine, because this machine scans both the top and the bottom. So let's move on, okay? Unplug the power cord. Different institute, for example, American most household known institute names are Massachusetts Tech, Caltech if you're in California, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech, NYU, Polytechnic, and retired designers. Not me. Alright, so this is one more cable. So this is additional read. No, this is the hard drive. Possibly. So the back of this. So we found where the drive is. This is the drive. If you can have this entire board, okay, and plug this in, you might be able to get a read. How much memory can it hold? It's not a moving video. Okay, so at least it will read the first. If it go over 3,000 pages per day, I have scanned 300,000 pages accumulated with this one and that one. It will have the first, I assume, first 10,000 pages at least onto the board somewhere. It's probably storage on these, whatever that has the label, or by Wi-Fi. So taking this part out is hard earlier. What kind of leather is this? Metal, aluminum. Is there a key for these? I need the flashlight. Probably this part, the ear, each side. Or is there a better way from here? And if you want to make it really neat, you usually just cut it, because if you cut this, you can always put a connector. So put this one aside without scratching. Move on to the next parts. Always report back to Epson and one side of the wire lead in and map it out. Okay, so you have a piece of paper, you map it out first page. This is the first enclosure you're taking out. This one you have flipped it aside, so you draw something like this. And if you want to save the motors, don't cut it from here, cut it from here, so you can still use it. This is a cover, and the cover has a ground wire. Black is always the ground wire. If you don't ground it, everything is only red wire. If you're using it and you touch anything metal, it will have static and go zzz, zzz. It's not going to be, you know, electric shock until you're black, but it's going to be zzz, zzz, and you just have to, it'll be more trouble. So people have these grounding wires. I have done this for the Nintendos because the Nintendos one time burnt a fan. Absent. So with this, you probably get a visa to Japan. I really want to go visit the Absent store because I bought this Absent, and then this part fell out, and I really want to meet the Absent technician, and I bought the machine. Alright, and let's see, this one is possibly another reading or memory. Is it too dark? If it's too dark, let me get the lights. What else? You can call for the parts catalog if you are a registered ideal setting, like a warehouse or sales back house technician office. This one is another chip, and take off the sticker and you will see. There's a protected chip. Four-wire cable. It is a 5-wire plug. Look it back up on the internet. Computer, 5 or 4 wires. What might be 4? It's probably telephone kind of signals. Uh-oh. We have a really fast blade here, so be careful, you might get it cut. Let me get the lights. Okay, it works, okay? This is the bottom of the motors, black and red. All the power goes to one side, creates a magnetic field inside to spin because one is powerful, one is more powerful than the other, and you torch it or notch it or power it. See, it's balanced, right? But when you put a lot of power or blow on it, then it spins inside, or has the radiation and frequency inside, and it powers this lever, the gear, the lever or the stroke comes out with a gear. Metal gear power plastic gear with a timing belt. This is plastic, and that's all it is. So this one powers this side, this one powers this side. Meaning on the box and the control buttons, there is faster and slower. This one is definitely the slower gear. This one is the faster gear. Or turn it around or switch response. So somewhere in the radio control can control either using this motor or this motor as an option. So it might be a husband and wife team on this device and machine, or older, smaller kind of couple. Alright, so I don't want any comments. This is a one-person project. And take out the timing belt first. And now take out the screws. Take out the screw from this side first. Okay, middle gear. This machine cost US 2050. And look at the springs of this. The spring is for interesting. The spring is for prevention of falling any parts underneath here. When it's stuck from here and the glue anytime is not good, it will prevent this from falling down here. Any age, from age teen to age retirement, can be always facing forward in the factory. No one is shaking anything. For one factory general manager on floor can watch. Okay, so this is what the spring is for. I am your Sir Benny Wong. So just watch. For example, if I take this out, okay, I've taken it out. Will this fall apart? No, just watch. See? It will stay in place, not falling underneath. Alright? So remember that kind of springs. So let's take out the motor. Aha! Guess what this is for? Sex toys. I'm serious. And what else? Let me get my clippers. And always wash your hands within 30 seconds. Red wire first, black wire. Alright? So this is for a lot of designs you can make, or simply report it to your CAD software. One of my CAD software was Turbo CAD, is this one. And the institute is IMST. I'm a saint. I have a Beacon and Matrix. So you report it to your CAD software and you can continue the design in America. And you talk to your professors or your school administrative chief, namely a principal or your church priest. Alright, so this is worth money or very much sought after. Excuse me. And this one. Understand how the wires are enclosed. Is a ear. This is called braided. Double wire braided. Separator. And this is a clip, or this is just a clip or wire holder, depending what institute. Hey, next, repeating some of the steps, and let's put on the camera stand. As American as I am, I like to keep things small, manageable. Everyone knows everybody's names. Excuse my feet. And getting the camera set up. It's getting heavy. And excuse my feet, is injured. Oh. Let me try clip it on the shirt. Alright, better. Don't get nervous. So this is called a CAD assessments. You get parts and you match it with your CAD softwares. If not, you snap photo, you communicate with your CAD software. Companies. I told you this one was a part that could be a memory reading, and with this wire by wire you can connect again. I don't see any opening. There might be, but it is very much with a tool close and chop, and everything closes. The tool you need is a Makita or any kind of wireless. They have this one is good because of a good hand grip. Battery here and another possibly battery here, or transformer or ballast. This was the tricky part earlier. Why does it have a spring? Because it doesn't want to fall underneath, and all ages inside the factory and repair is always facing forward. If you shake anything or go under the table, the teacher knows, or the factory attentive staffs and peers know, they won't get nervous. In Asia, you're supposed to raise your hand. The gear of your drill, I put it on 16, 17. If you put it all the way, compare the speed difference. Okay? So not too hard. And lock. After you open this one, there's a little plastic that spins around, the white one. This gear is supposed to fall off. Careful your hands. Alright, now it's supposed to come off. If not, there's another place that might lock this. Oh, it's locked onto the stick then. You might hear people at your office saying, hey, let's go lunch, let's do this, do that. Try not to be distracted. This one is a lighting. So this is the scanner light. So small, yeah, it's a LED because you don't want to waste electricity. And this one is the stabilizer. So with this is the only light bulb for scanning. Can you believe that? So with the lights, it goes all the way inside the tube and it reads this much possibly of scanning of Xeroxing. This one was the connector for this, or possibly for the motor. So this one was for this motor. Okay, all the wires match the same size. This one was controlled by this part of the circuit board. This part. Okay. So there's a control here somewhere. Here, let's try to move this up and down, okay? Alright, we got a better view now. If you have a bigger desk, it's better, more ideal, but doesn't mean it'll keep you away from your courage to perform a job that you paid in full. This cost me $250 US. It's considered cheap. This is office commercial grade. There's industrial grade. I will only do one side first. There's I see the screws from here. And remember, you can map this. So every time you put it back to original position, there's one page. And then you put it here like this, you map it again, and that's the second page. So you keep on mapping. Or just look at it later on a scratch piece of paper. I don't use scratch paper. Okay, people are gonna chant and say, "Hey, your girlfriend, your mom," and that's when they get smacked. or we go door by door, door by door. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you talking to the computer? You want to go see the psych? Don't talk to the computers. This is the midpoint. If you want to take out the metal bar, so you have to break this. Oh, I have to break this. Reading 12, there's a number. The most is 12 hours workday. This kind of gesture, and just marking this. Okay, take this one out. Oh, there's a ring. Okay. Some people have a really nice briefcase for this, and they're like the community disassembly pro team boys. How old are you? Take out another gear, and the stroke is about to come out. Now this side. Can you buy these gears? Maybe not exactly the same, or the store or the factory of Epson will have someone at the service department try to trace you if you're taking these apart, and try to see how durable they are. Rubber and teeth on one side. 2 layers, self-made. Picking out, and the strip. And excuse me. So the whole time you're working, your co-worker might try and make you talk. Hey, you want to go grab a drink after this? Where do you guys learn these kind of work ethics from? So people chant at you when you're holding this clipper, just smack him or just jump him, kick dust. If I'm missing a chunk of my finger, you're missing a chunk of your freaking teeth. Alright? So if you work at a technical office, you're holding something sharp and they chant at you, stop the job, go knock on the door, shut the fuck up. If I'm missing a part of my finger, your teeth might get knocked out or your face go indented. If you're some kind of security force or some kind of security company, people are driving, you tapped in, they listen to music you don't like, go call your mother and comfort you. One out. Take this part out. Two out. And the screws are in here. Left, right, leave it like that. This is a page roller. And time to disassemble the top bottom black piece. And you can draw it for reassemblies. You broke the plastic piece, so you have to hold one piece, one side, and slowly, firmly inside the teeth and opening the key. If it slips, try again. Like this. Okay. And this is your left hand. Sometimes people question if you can make your own rings. I'll make a mouth guard to knock your teeth out first. For chatting earlier. Middle one might be the stubborn one. Hold this one side because it's broken, right? Right here, it's broken. Hold it very tight. Now shape it and contour the inside by taking out the edges. One slip, you'll cut your hand. I don't care how big you are, because dude, if I see a little speck of red on your face, you're 7 feet tall, I get very thirsty. For more Gatorade, feed you to my dogs. Alright? So show some respect. Say Benny, sir. Then everything is good, alright? For the evening. Hold the white part. Take out the screw. And you get the screw out, alright? Okay, with the screws taken out, you get a read inside. Once again, this is the page turner. It's a very unique material, rubber. Okay, matted. This is for the lock lever. Try again. You know, you only have to redo this. And this is locked. Take this part out. Alright. And it comes out. It won't come out. Okay? But if you open this part, it comes out. We have a spring here, similar to a fax machine. And the scanning light tube is here. Alright. Earlier there was a piece of scanning lights, and that was reading how many pages might be inside. Okay, let's read again how big the lights are. How many light bulbs is this part? The white strip. From here all the way to here. The hologram, there's no hologram. There's a glass, plastic. If you scratch it, your whole scanner will have a scratch. And the bottom, same. Yep, it's exactly the same kind. LED lights. Inch 2 millimeter. So the most expensive part, okay, is this part. the whole tube from here to here, and these and these. In America they'll say these suckers. So whoever do it has the sales volume. Take these out. So this is basically a camera from here to here, Xeroxing. Take it out. This is a joint opening from here. This one is page by page. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page. I can't give you the whole machine anatomy because then you might claim my machine models. But as soon as I can take out the camera apart, I'll show you. And somebody in the industry say whatever Benny can do, we'll do it harder, we'll do it better. That's not true. You're not the original. Almost out. As soon as I can get the scanning part out, I'm gonna try to give you this part, okay? To look at. Hey! Oh, we got it out. Alright. Anything that rusts, you have to put it in one place. and you might leave your fingerprints on there. Just spray paint it. And we're getting it out. Oh, we got the light box out. How many wires? Power wire or joint, and then you have these two. I'm not sure if I can well, I'm gonna match the video on first, and it matches like this. Okay, one right here and the bottom. But there are two of these, so this is exactly the scanning and camera. Nice. Alright, now let's see this side of the light box. How many tubes? Same thing. So there's assuming there's a module, there's only one board, and this set and this set, this set and this set. This side has one for this side of the light box, this one has it for this side of the light box. There are two motors. How many boards are there? There's only one control. So there has to be a module somewhere in the middle, crossover, okay? Alright, I'm gonna turn off the video as to consider it done, all this. Alright, if I finish, I can lay out the parts. I'll make a third video. Okay, I have to make a video 3, okay? I have found the 2 scanning LED light tube. It's pretty much a camera system here. This is the lens and the flash at the same time. If you look at these, is LED lights, and the scanning part includes reading from here, lights, scan, bounce back inside the white tube. It is a potential. Okay. Can I open this? Yes and no. And with the circuit board on one side, it matches these 2 right here. But there are 2 light tubes. How many circuit boards are there? There's a control unit, and then this is the hard drive and the brain, because you see these wires. That's it. Anytime it looks like there might be something in depth, you feel it, you touch it. Okay? So this is a ECU control unit, or CPU control unit, and this is how the wires are shouldered or enclosed. This is anti-static, so the power from here would not affect here. And being so thin, the wires, you don't need much for grounding. This is battery, and this is reading. So I'm so sure within this can already take pictures. Lights onto the text. So for example, this is what I'm trying to scan, one page. Beep, beep, beep. Reads and is reading inside the bar here. Okay? And this is microscopic camera system. This is always what I prefer, individual buttons with LEDs. And this is my face. Ooh. Yeah. If this is rusty, don't go for it. And make sure there's no battery connections. The most power it might be inside after you unplug the wires is this. The motor has static inside. Be careful. This is the third video, and the buttons is crosshead. There's T-shape, there's crosshead, there is punches. Alright, 3 kinds at least. And by holding it down, it might be Alright, a few ways to program these. These can take out. This one is without a plug. Every time you take out a wire, put it back, and you'll see how hard it is, whether you need tools. Take it out. Nope, this one doesn't need tool. But over time, you might want to use tool. Alright, take it out. Take this out. And there's one more screw. And this is again another memory connection or just a control, so there is no internal memory, only static IP. So not much. For recycling, metal is metal, black charcoal plastic is black charcoal plastic. Okay, final video. Final video on the iPhone XS. This one is all the scrape metal. Chrome, regular, hard metal. This is not aluminum either. This is hard metal. There's some gears. You take a lock cutter, you can get all the stroke out. And with these, you can get money or things for it. I'm a billionaire. I don't waste my time negotiating these. The circuit board, I always spray paint it so people cannot read all the calculations. I thought there might be a hard drive. There's only a static IP. I thought this could plug into a computer. It's possibly you can from each side. Okay? And this is 2 connection. With this part is the control unit. It reads like this. And it's tapping one of these on the bottom. Once again. Beep. Beep beep. Beep beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Alright. But it's usually programmed once at a time. Power, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, slower or faster, unload paper, things like that. With the motor, it is interesting. They put an extra magnet, and with the hardest part to mold is this part for the wire system. It's all one piece. they either had a drill set drilling and piece by piece, like or with something here, you know, like for example this and this, and it drills into it in the middle, cutting in. Or it is possible two pieces and connect together, where this one is a and this one is a and punked and then burned. But this is sparkling, so it's probably one molding, so it'll be hard to tell. So this is one of the hardest molding. And if I was absent factory, that is one security measure, how to make some of these. Okay, or this is the person from Xerox gave to absent. It depends. Alright, this is my left hand, and once again, this is your Sir Benny Wong, and I'm just chilling in the nearly summertime. I'm a billionaire since 2017, but my time is remaining very private. So this is the spinning head, but this is plastic. Okay, and you gotta make sure there's no power going through this, and the power inside is not too much to burn your fingers and things. Video on the scanner spray paint, and this way people cannot read the calculations. They might ask the store for another one, or you might even cut it into pieces. This will discourage nosy newer police teams getting on your case. Okay, it's a equal learning experience. But if I pay for the machine and you might conduct your police job harassing me, then there is discouragement or extra work each side does, because I can commission into police anytime if I wasn't so rich. And this is the best I can do. I gave the model number for auditing, and the police actually understand, you know, being young and being stylish doesn't mean, you know, I'm dependent on anyone. And if there might be any dependence on me, it's not my fault. Alright? Not good. The tape is rolling at 10 seconds. Video on cutting the rods out. I know it's rusted, but that's how some of these rare tools come. And with these out, this is able to have taken out. This is able to have a faster look, no metal, and then recycling. And this is the citizen's basic peace of mind. Even billionaire, $8,500 watch, register. Don't worry, they have a serial number. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Television and the timer for demonstration how the Chinese might be challenged this century, 21st, when us going back to continental America, that is Canada, United States, Mexico, El Salvador, Ecuador, Guatemala, and Brazil, Chile, and everywhere, right? So basically, even the buttons, each one of these are very detailed. Excuse my nail, I had to spray paint the CPU board. These are for, you know, maybe children or housewife. So you can make all kinds of good stuff with this. You can make food grinder and small projects. And with these is the finger pages rolling. Pages. And this one is easier. And once again, these are the scanner. By these light tubes. Right here, light tubes. It's just spray paint. With the light tube, you look at this, there's a flare and the gloss. The pages go like this. Once again, for example, I have a history book. The scanner scans, and this lights up and scans the page, mirror, bounce back to this white area inside for the scanning and photograph. Isn't that very interesting? Let's open this. And remember, these are patented already, okay? If you cannot find a really good excuse, this is from IKEA. When I came back here, some of my girlfriends from America play a joke on me, and they pretended very Chinese. They experienced the whole Chinese culture, but they're actually really sluts, skanks. You know that Tina Union, you know, all those import models that wear bikinis. Yeah. Oh. Let me open this again. Being a billionaire and computer science with Bill Gates, if I don't have one of these, it's gonna be hell, okay? I'm gonna buy a dipping stick like this, weld it or burn it, touch this, zip, and twist. Alright? And that's causing hell, they say. So wherever I go, Mexico or not, probably Mexico, they're gonna have these. So we have Jeep coming now, and trust me, we know how to party. It's just another day in the neighborhood. It's just another day in the neighborhood. This one or this one. Try this one. Am I looking at this or am I looking at the mon? Both. This one. The difference with the small knob and the regular. Small knob is harder twist. If you cannot do this, go like this. Alright? Click, click. If you can't find me, go to the Jeep dealerships. Right. Get settled down, get some money for the parties, the enchiladas, and all the food are coming. And that's all life is. We got one out. Huh! Alright. We're gonna need a bigger head. Let's use a flat head. This one. It is human effort where to put each one, okay? Remember that one. It's human effort. It's not by machine. Clunk, 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 clunk. It's human loaded. Each time is approximately made 500, so be careful. Out. Good. Perfect. It's a crosshead screw. This one is a flathead. It's magnetic. Toss it if you are not going to use it again. So I have a Chinese boy. They don't know what the pleats means. Alright? This is how many head counts I have. Like a rear admiral. Try to take my rear admiral pleats. I'm gonna choke that little thing, man. I called his mom first. And it's not mine. It's one of the facial look-alike. You don't... How do you know it's not yours? Is because you never touched her. You never touched this mom. Alright? I'm gonna tell you again. This is LED lights. Lights up. It screens a page. Okay? And it bounces the pages on the side wall into the light tube for sure. And this is a camera already. You know, like cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha. Alright? Be careful. Before you open it, look at the levers. Look at the screws. If you cut yourself, you have to have something really good ready, okay? It's called a spray band-aid. Or wrap it with or wrap yourself with use mouthwash or to sanitize. Alright, so yeah, taking the enclosure out. It has two of these. How many processor it can handle, okay, is another thing. And let's put it back again. Why? Because, all right, put it back. Why do they use metal? Okay, if the manufacturer cannot have time to explain this to you, this is basically for amusements. Okay, extra part for technician like me, licensed, backed up by insurance, explaining this to you. And with the Admiral looking pleats, wrap this. Do not cut yourself. You don't want your girlfriend to know you had a date with absence, or you have an absentee ballot. Nope, you're in too hard. In, you see? Alright, so this is the light. Put it back. It is facing a 45-degree angle. How does it scan? The chip is here. Well, it's supposed to go inside the lights, or this one for an imagery. Hey, holla. It's just another day in the neighborhood. Alright, so I'm at the final disassembly. I had told you how these considered cameras, okay? This is from my Epson scanner. I'm not the rookie here. You are. It comes with the enclosure like this. You have to have a spraying band-aid. How do you open this is you take off the screws. There's a metal plate I saw. You can open this with a cutter, but given the fact many of these are designed inside hotels by special people, this is like the rear admiral pleats. So some little chump Chinese boy trying to rob me from this, and this is kind of like this, you know, when it comes down to it. I'm a billionaire, but sometimes United States have really interesting foreign affairs. I momentarily participate in a heartbeat. Boop 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 boop. Hey, don't mess around. Alright, and somebody want to take my pleats, so he learned a hard lesson. Alright, how did I open this? This was right here, like this, but there's no use. Alright, it doesn't touch the circuit boards. I had already said it was inch by inch, and guess what? The UK counts by centimeters. This one counts by inch. Holla. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Alright, inch. So for the perilous fight is another allied. Alright, yeah. And with this, how do you open this? Do not cut yourself. Use a cutter if you can. This was my mark. If you don't know me, my AKA is all kinds. How do I look? Like this. Don't worry, I'm only karate 11 degree. I start my own hole. Tell me when you're in. So you have to have your own insurance. If Epson might sue you, you have to explain, and you have to negotiate a deal. You will not ever design another scanner, or you have to find out what company owns this part. So I'll tell you when I'm in. Alright, so we have to go through the whole procedure again. You have to open this. There are two types of screwdrivers. The small knob like this and this one. The video they try to take is you put it here and this is clunk clunk. Alright. Alright. Same screws. And calm when you turn the first time. First rotation, keep calm. It's cracked. How cracked? Not so cracked. Middle first or side first? Doesn't matter. If you're a motorcycle driver. I haven't rode a bike since 2010, 2012. What this is a document scanner. When people steal one copy from you, okay? Scans. Zzz, come out. And this is a camera that can copy. My company is a one-man company. 2003. Any young people think this is a free information. You got it wrong. I was arrested in America for several reasons. When I was 17 and I turned myself in first. I drove my car into the police parking lot. Is there a charge? I feel someone was following me. Alright? So there was some violation of video games. And later on, they discovered there's not enough people in the industry who can explain this multilingual. You know? I'm Chinese speaker. I'm English. Very competent, obviously. High aptitude if you want me to. Fellowships? No. So my company name is Capstone, and then later on is Hatstone for the jokes. And they started a school. They think this is free information. They're gonna learn a hard lesson. And they asked me to go public to put vice presidents or put people into my company. Number one, don't ever say co-founder. Alright? I went through hell for my company. Earlier I did this side, so I'm gonna try this side. Is in, okay? So try this side again. Because I already said the LED is inch by inch. The light shines here, reflect, for copying and scanning. And only one page at a time. This is exactly the same one, same size, the circuit board. So if you look into the back, like this, flip it around, remember it's inch by inch is American made. Centimeter by centimeter is United Kingdom, European made. So, for the perilous fights, it's another pledge to the Allied. It's just another day in the neighborhood. Constipating, right? Alright. So, let me know if you're in. Oh. Oh. Alright, try the other side. How much strength is it? The mass, M-A-S-S, and the momentum on this, not too much. In. See? And then you just slice it open. If you slice it open slowly, you see the rubber flicking out. So this is the mastery of CAD design. You can say and at the end, you know. Alright. How many phone calls are you gonna get at your hotel, your corporate headquarter office? Can't open it. Chief, can't open it. I need a cutter. Cutter ain't opening it. Fucking, they even cut the fingers. They can't open it. And back then, there's no video chat. And then they're gonna tell you the size of the seam opening and the blade from any cutter that you buy with some store and stationery store has to be paper thin or thinner. Alright, my first job I had to do this was the headlights of Honda Civic when I was 16. Alright, so while I'm talking about this, the United Kingdom, Prince William and Prince Harry is gonna try to manipulate the situation. Hey, I chose to go to the US, the United States of America, for the basic fact, inch by inch is a home run. Alright, guess what? This is inch. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and so forth, okay? It's not by centimeter, guys. Don't ever use a, scanner with inches. Huh. Alright, so the technology I said was glows, and then it will somehow be scanned within the layer, right? So that was my pattern. But this one is untold where it is recording. But you have this many lines and feeds for color and black tone overlaps, or pick one. Alright, and this is a camera with the lens going to a circuit board from the absent label, like absentee ballot or the serious cost and effective CAD design software. And nobody talks about the CAD anymore. They want to know how many monitors you buy. They want to know how much your budget is. From the store system they put up, it's going to be Dell, BenQ, I'm Ben, alright? And Taiwanese computer, gateway, say IBM, Apple, and all that. And the newer computers, they don't even put the SIM card in anymore. And remember, one of these, some of these are handmade, so be careful. Make sure it's not the handmade version you buy. If they don't have one of these, melt this part for the screw size and then twist. Alright, so try that. If you live in the American, if you live in the boonies or whatnot. So recently I had decided on Mexico immigration on the 25th. with 4.75 billions. I immigrated back to China for 3.75 billions. And billion is tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, 1 million, tens of millions, 100 millions, and then 1,000 million is 1 billion. The joke is Chinese 1 billion is 100 million. Alright? It's just the way linguistic is. So everyone's gonna meet me in Mexico, right? We're gonna try and see if we can expand Mexico, because obviously United States is very competitive. You have all these little panda boys, panda girls, think they're all special, and they don't know where the information came from. It came from buttheads like us. When someone touches our machine, get out here, and we take it apart. We don't ever use it anymore. Alright, so your little panda boys, panda girls from China, from Sichuan. Today's date is the 9th of April. You'll learn who I am again. So remember this. If you don't like it inch by inch, don't use the scanner. Go back to your farms and check the websites. If you like inch by inch, I'll be in Mexico with University of Mexico soon. I'm rather humble in person, but if you say when a company is making money, we have to accept students who might be argumentative, there's no space for that. There's no time slot for that. Write us an email, put a time mark. So these are buttons, very there's cross buttons, T buttons, straight knob, we call it punch, or we call it pull knob. You can make dildos with this, you can make flute grinder with this, make anything. You wanna see? Okay. One. This is grounding, so this goes to the negative. And let me show you how the motor works. The motor is our best friend because that is before there is Wi-Fi. Don't worry, honey, I'll do the dishes. I don't have one yet. Negative. And positive is red. Negative. And negative. You can feel it warm. Warming up, warming up. Yep. So this will work. And there's another one. This one might need to warm this up first, so completely bypass, take out the magnet. That's an estimation. Negative and positive, okay? Again, cut this out because this can cut your fingers. Yep, works. How do you know it works? I can feel it, and let's put a foam on it. You're talking to a Marine general, okay? United States, trained in United States soil. So be polite. I can wait for phone calls. So otherwise, civilians clothes, I'm just a businessman. Let's see. So I don't take nurses that are chinos, only Hispanics now. And Espanol literacy very high. There are these copycat entertainment companies wants me to work with them. No. It's not that much electricity, don't worry. So with the black at the negative, red at the positive, these motors will work. Alright, it got burned earlier when I was making the first trip with this. So sometimes the motor is burned and you have to try a better battery. Sometimes you can soak it in water, hair dry this, okay? So basically that's what it is. This one is grounding. Okay, you need a better enclosure. Let me think. You can warm this up. Or you can pair up with these. No time, but basically black is negative, red is positive. Your hands will intercept some of the electricity going inside. So you can only use the 2 wires. And earlier I felt moving, so inside might be burned or have to feel it again or recharge. That might be a safety switch. Doesn't look there's a safety switch. This one will require the rule of thumb. However, the weight is the motor, how many batteries you need. Alright? So this one might require 4 batteries, but you can make it move, but full speed. The batteries or the compound batteries cell block has to be heavier than this. Alright? Because this machine is by wet electricity. So that's from the landline. This is the camera that I was telling you about. That's all. What's so good about these? You put it into the CAD software, and from then on you understand these. And trust me, I bought 2 of these at one time, at the same day, on the same day or same week. And people buy tens and hundreds of these machines for one office or one demo sometimes. But I make it really precise. Alright, so the left wingist is confident, the right wingist pays me by the United States somehow. Some people say we're not paying. You pay by the tariffs at the airports or your taxes. You don't have to pay. I only earn $1 per person explaining these. So I just earn $1 for scanners. These scanners cost me $250 one piece. Alright? I show you how to open this to do your own demo. It was by these. Alright? And my taxes per year, you don't want to know, is up in the millions and billions. Yeah. And remember, the video they wanted to take was this. Alright? And it makes it a T shape. Easier. Clunk, clunk. Clunk, clunk. And back then when people didn't use remote car keys, this is for cracking out the locks of the cars in the Japanese cars. Nope, I don't ever take people's cars because I could afford my own car. And earlier there was a mistake, and I'll make it really fast. This and another part that was a light bulb. It wasn't easy. It looks messy, but everything is separated. All the plastic is here. All the scrape metals for recycling is here. Every time I do not use the golden pen, I get phone calls, complaints. And the light bulb was this part. This is a light bulb, okay? It goes with this. And I thought this one was the camera. But in reality, this one is a light that lights up, including some of the internal paper jams. So this one is probably for, say, paper jam when it's the paper. What happened? What happened? Ah, there's a paper jam. Alright. But this one scans. Alright. And it copies. Why do I always wrinkle my documents? People steal my documents and say I'm a sheltered small company. My company is 50,000 strong, standby, auditing. I don't call them in because I let the grandma, play with the calculators. If I call in my 50,000, the grandma and, old ladies, they don't have the time. So this is exactly how it was. It is a 45-degree tilt. Shine, glare. But it goes one whole page. Like this. What about the extra space? The extra space right here is blackened. Number one, because it's inside a hub. Number two is like a hot carpet here. Okay? And inside is like a black room. And this is the camera system. Inch by inch, it'll read. 1 inch, but how many lines of the page? Fashionista. Alright? So fashionista. How much of it does it read? This much. From here to here. No, seriously. Okay, you see this much, right? Okay, so basically it's from here. White to white. This much. Okay? The speed. You have to ask who's processing. Does it ever squish the text? Squish? No, not yet. Alright? And trust me, I test all kinds of paper. I scan like this, I scan like this, I wrinkle it, and I even look at the wrinkles. It is lively. That second, that moment, you're commanding a computer for a photo document, so it's very interesting and very somewhat sacred for some of the computing science affordabilities in American small towns, at American small towns. Put it back inside the enclosure. Like this. Through the hole. Through the hole. And alright. My first job cutting these was the headlights because it was leaking. So someone in class tried to, possibly open a crack, and it got foggy. I had to get the fog out, the foggy out, the steam out. the mist. Alright. That's good. Remember, these are the communication wires. One is probably color, one is black and white. Either control black and white or color. Color, hardest color is neon with the N. Give yourselves a round of applause. Good job, ladies and gentlemen and kids, possibly. All right. So I'm your Sir Benny Wong. You know my hands. I got some, you know. Say what? Oh, yeah. So I'm a really nice guy. And these are the camera and Xerox. Photocopier is exactly the legal definition. Photocopiers. Alright? If I talk any funnier, I'm gonna be in the UK. If I talk any funnier, I'm gonna be in the UK. Alright, good. Today's date is April the 9th. It was the 8th, 2020.